EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to Southern California as we've got playoff football ahead in the City of Angels. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Los Angeles Rams. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Gurley. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Line 20. You got nothing. 14. Hey, Foxtrot.
3rd and 2. Goff. They'll find everything complete. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
180.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Goff. He's going to air one out. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
They'll run. This is Darrell Henderson. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. You think back to the Super Bowl against New England, the Rams never even got into the red zone in that game, and now here they are in the red zone on their opening drive with a 1st down. And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Rams take it right down and score on the opening drive. Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 1st down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
A first carry now for Jordan Howard. And he's got this down to the 35. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Hunt. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter.
Ready? Black 25.
59. On yard.
They'll run. This is Hunt. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Ready? Blue ready.
Check, 59. 3 bud.
Timing. Shot. Green, triple team.
Winston. He's got Evans. No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a 1st quarter grab here. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Rams' 20-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one, and let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get-off on the snap, jump too quickly.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3. They run with Hunt, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 50, the 30, past the 20. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready? 125.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And Hunt is not going to get there. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Woods the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Throwing on 3rd. Gone. He's going to air it out deep, and that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's third and goal.
Jim.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on third down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Ready, flag 25. Green, triple T.
Check tight.
On 3rd and 1, here's Winston. He finds his target. It's Evans. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 39.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw him play baseball.
Yeah, he's actually a switch hitter in baseball. Outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
It's second and 8.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Winston. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by David Long. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And he'll be out right at the 35. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down. And a nice little broken tackle run there by Todd Gurley, the 10th pick in the 2015 draft.
And that's what you get with him, that full package of speed, power, able to catch the ball out of the backfield. Many people doubted him coming out because of the knee injury in college. They're seeing the full Todd Gurley now, and it hurts.
A good job defensively there on Gurley as they hold him to only a yard. It's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's now third down and 9 yards to go.
The Rams on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Goff. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on Divisional Round Weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful Divisional Round Weekend. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
at their own 26-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Wait. He's checking.
On third down, Winston. Open man has got one. It's complete. And they worked this well upfield across the 45. In the wild card win last week, he had just 2 catches, and now he's got his first one here. On first down, Hunt. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Ready? Blue lane.
Mike, 58, right there. 6 man. Flip.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Winston. That's caught by Howard. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 35. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Ready? Blue lane.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
First down, Winston. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
180.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your...
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Devin White, the blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
I'm coming back.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now Goff. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Incomplete. Sets up a 3rd down and 18.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground. Uses the stiff arm. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down. Here's Johnny Hekker now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now, so as you mentioned.
And Jameis intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 20. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
You got him.
Again they run with Gurley. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. Now, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
Hey, let's go. Go, Brown.
Here's Goff. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. Here's Johnny Hekker now as he's on to punt for L.A. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Micah Kaiser was in on the tackle.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Let's make these babies cry. Green, triple T. Green, triple T.
Check 24. Check 24.
Jameis to throw it. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Here's a 2nd and 7 now from their own 7. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
180.
Coming this way, coming this way.
We're good, we're good. Hey, Delta.
Mike 51.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. I don't think Gurley got there. Looks like the defense held him back. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Here's Johnny Hekker now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston got a man. It's Brashad Perriman. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well. Jameis now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Winston now from the 50. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a gain of 16. 1st down, Tampa Bay.
1st down, Buccaneers.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
After the sack on 1st down, Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. To throw, Winston. Flush to his right. That was going to let it go deep right sideline. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this one is right down Broadway. And that right there is something we've seen, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. A run with Gurley there on first down, going to get about 4 yards. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Another carry now for Gurley. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Goff on 3rd down. They got him in. It's Woods. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Gurley. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Goff now looks to throw. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. As this one moves towards its conclusion, another incomplete pass there. Thoughts on the secondary? I mean, seem to be pretty effective in this one.
Yeah, I thought that they've been absolutely outstanding. I mean, their job is to prevent touchdowns, and not a single touchdown is going on the board against them. Of course, they want to make it a total shutout, but hey, if you don't give up touchdowns, you got a heck of a chance to win.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Here's Winston. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the play. A first down throw for Winston. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Winston over the middle, complete. That's Burns. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. Winston now to throw on first down. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Justin Watson there to make the grab. And the Bucs are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
At the 26-yard line.
20.
Hey, watch the lane.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. Gurley's got the first down and then some. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on first and 10. Here's Gurley. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
10 yards to go.
Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
I know he ain't got
On third down, they'll run it with Gurley. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 42. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
Henderson now on first and 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to second and 4. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
That's a gain of 3. It's third and 1.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Henderson will try and run for the first. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here,